5 narcissist thinking patterns that make them look identical and easy to predict. There's a chilling moment that arrives when you finally stand face to face with a narcissist, and it's unlike anything else. You come into the encounter armed with all the tools you've been taught to use in relationships: reason, compassion, patience, empathy. You tell yourself that if you just love harder, explain clearer, listen deeper, you'll finally break through the walls. But the more effort you pour in, the more it dissolves like sand slipping through your fingers. Because what you're dealing with isn't just a difference in values or perspective, it's another reality altogether. On the outside, they wear the mask of normalcy, a smile that seems warm, laughter that sounds familiar, eyes that imitate kindness. But beneath that facade, something vital is missing. The soul's most essential elements, empathy, humility, integrity, are absent. And this absence turns every interaction into a labyrinth. You keep trying to navigate with a compass of love, fairness, and truth, but instead of leading you home, it only pulls you deeper into confusion. That's not coincidence. That's the trap. That's the disorienting waltz that keeps victims circling until they can't tell up from down. But the moment you stop trying to navigate the narcissist with your compass and instead study the one they use, the fog begins to clear. You start to realize that chaos isn't chaos at all. It's a routine. It's rehearsed. It's recycled. Every twist, every strike, every emotional ambush follows the same rhythm. It's clockwork hidden inside a carnival mirror. And once you see the rhythm, once you catch the pattern, it begins to lose its power over you. Because then you can predict it. You can prepare for it. And most importantly, you can refuse to play along. That's when you step into the narcissist's cold inner world, what I call their mental Alcatraz. It's not a vast landscape, but a prison. And within it lie 5 rigid, stone-carved thought pathways. Every road, no matter how different it looks at first, leads to the same place, guarding the fragile fantasy that the narcissist is flawless, untouchable, godlike. The first pathway is the grand illusion. I am the crown jewel of existence. This isn't just arrogance. It's closer to a spiritual delusion. They don't strive to be admired. They live convinced that they already are. In every setting, they cast themselves as the brightest, most brilliant, most magnetic presence. Reality doesn't matter. Evidence doesn't matter. Their fantasy must be preserved at all costs. And if you dare to shine in their presence, if your light dares to glow brighter, they won't hesitate. They'll hijack your achievements, twist your victories into their own, or quietly dismantle your confidence until you're left questioning yourself. To them, no applause counts unless it's directed their way. No celebration matters unless they are at the center of it all. The second pathway is the brutal split. Either I'm perfect, or I am nothing. The narcissist knows no balance, no middle ground. There's no room in their world for the messiness of being human. Life to them is a performance with only 2 roles: hero or failure, angel or disgrace. One day you're adored as the brightest soul to ever walk beside them, and the next you're condemned as worthless, toxic, even dangerous. But here's the part most people miss. It isn't just about how they treat you. This split defines how they see themselves. The narcissist cannot hold the tension of being both flawed and valuable. So the moment cracks appear in their own perfection, they hurl those flaws outward. Suddenly, you become the failure. You carry the guilt, and they walk away untarnished, cloaked in false righteousness. The third pathway is war disguised as loyalty. You're either with me, or you against me. In the narcissist kingdom, neutrality doesn't exist. There are no safe sidelines, no civilians. You're either an ally who feeds their image or an enemy who threatens it. Show agreement, admiration, or obedience, and for the moment, you're protected. But show hesitation, ask the wrong question, reveal too much independence, and you're cast out. And being cast out isn't just rejection. It's a declaration of war. They won't merely discard you. They will dismantle you. They'll smear your name, twist stories, plant doubts in others, until you're left defending yourself against a narrative you never agreed to. And here's the sinister part. They'll provoke your anger, draw out your frustration, then hold it up as proof to others. See? They are unstable. They are the problem. And the world, unaware of the script, often believes it. That's how the narcissist wins their battles. Not with truth, but with performance, rehearsed and perfected to look like reality. Fourth pathway. Reality exists only if I approve it. To the narcissist, truth isn't something to be honored, it's clay to be molded. Facts are malleable. Time can be bent. Memories get rewritten until the story flatters their perfection. What actually happened doesn't matter. What must matter is the version they declare. If yesterday's slip threatens their image, it disappears overnight. If your memory contradicts their script, suddenly you are the unreliable one. You're forced into defending events that unfolded right before your eyes, only to be told you dreamed them up. This is not carelessness. This is not forgetfulness. It's deliberate reality twisting, an art form they've mastered. And when you hesitate to applaud their fantasy, when your agreement falters for even a moment, you're instantly cast as the betrayer, the disloyal actor in their sacred play. From that point on, every punishment is framed not as cruelty, but as justice, even holiness. Fifth pathway. Your worth to me is zero. This is where the mask falls away completely. The place where the air turns ice cold. You could pour yourself out. Years of loyalty, oceans of tears, the kind of devotion that would break most people in half, and it would still register as nothing. Not because they've grown weary, not because they've been worn down by life, but because the ability to care was never there to begin with. The human tools of connection, empathy, conscience, reciprocity, humility, are missing from their foundation. Either never formed, or destroyed so long ago they became fossilized beneath a mountain of lies and grandiosity. So when they wound you, they feel nothing. When you weep, they accuse you. When you beg for truth, they brand you unstable. And after the script is spun enough times, you begin to wonder if you ever meant anything to them at all, or if you were merely a prop in a performance you didn't know you were part of. But don't be deceived by the emptiness behind their eyes. Every cruel word, every cold dismissal, every carefully planned manipulation serves a singular purpose: to preserve their fantasy of being untouchable, flawless, godlike. The more you fight to humanize them, the more you lose pieces of your own soul, because you cannot reason with machinery. And that's what they are, a system of strategies masquerading as a person. Once the veil lifts, you begin to notice the pattern. What once felt like chaos reveals itself as routine. The storm has rules, and the narcissist runs on autopilot. No moral anchor, no empathy, no brakes to stop the destruction. What looks like intelligence is merely detachment. An engine without conscience, plowing forward without concern for the wreckage left behind. And if you still carry empathy, if your heart still beats with compassion, they will sniff it out like wolves scenting blood. That tenderness becomes their weapon. They'll wrap your kindness around your throat and pull, just to watch you choke on the very love you offered. This is why survival demands a shift in vision. You can no longer view the narcissist as a misunderstood human waiting to be saved. What stands before you is something else entirely, a predator cloaked in flesh. A machine disguised as love. A shell that conquers, consumes, and discards. They are a meat sack, built not for connection but for control. M is for manipulating every gesture, every silence, until your own reality feels unstable. E is for exploiting your empathy, the very thing that makes you human, because your suffering feeds their illusion of power. A is for avoiding responsibility with surgical precision, always shifting blame to anyone but themselves. T is for trapping your soul in cycles of guilt, shame, and confusion until you forget who you were before them. S is for sabotaging your peace, your joy, your dignity, because destruction is the only language they trust. A is for altering truth so expertly that even your own memories turn against you. C is for controlling not just what you do, but how you feel, think, and even dream. K is for killing, slowly, silently, invisibly, the spirit that was once vibrant inside you. And it doesn't stop. The narcissist's assault on your spirit is relentless, and it moves with precision. D is for draining every ounce of strength until your confidence evaporates into dust. E is for erasing the pieces of you that once stood fearless, leaving behind only fragments of who you used to be. C is for clouding your mind with contradictions, lies dressed up as love, and chaos masquerading as care. E is for editing reality until the truth is mutilated into half-lies that strangle you with doubt. P is for piling every ounce of blame onto your shoulders, watching as you carry the weight of sins they committed. T is for tying your heart to guilt and calling it loyalty, turning obligation into a prison cell. I is for inventing entire stories where they shine as the hero and you play the villain. O is for operating without the faintest flicker of remorse, because to them, people aren't people. They're just props. N is for never offering an apology unless it's bait designed to lure you deeper into the snare. Strip away the layers, and every action they take circles back to one selfish compass point. What do I get out of this? That's it. There's no partnership, no shared victories, no honest growth. Just two possible outcomes in their twisted universe. Either they win, or they twist reality until you lose. But once you accept this lens, once you finally see the game for what it is, something shifts. The fog begins to clear. You stop scrambling to keep up with the chaos and start noticing the pattern. And that's when the power you thought was gone forever starts crawling back into your hands. Here's a secret most people never realize. If you ever want to know what the narcissist is actually up to, pay attention to what they accuse you of. Every accusation is a confession in disguise. Your lying really means I lie constantly. Your cheating translates to I've already betrayed you. Your manipulating me is nothing more than them holding up a mirror to their own deceit. It's projection, pure poison, wrapped in false sincerity. Try asking them a simple question. Why did you do that? Why did you say that? And watch the circus unfold. Instead of an answer, you'll get deflections, diversions, accusations about your past, or claims of your supposed craziness. Sometimes they'll flip the spotlight back on you with a question of their own. It's not confusion. It's choreography. A dance so rehearsed they could do it blindfolded. And hidden beneath that routine is the truth your gut already whispered to you. If it feels off, it probably is. And those rare flashes of kindness, that sudden generosity, that unexpected tenderness. Don't be fooled. Look closely, and you'll see the string. There's always a string. Either it's bait for future leverage, or camouflage to distract you from the secret they're desperate to keep hidden. Set a boundary, and you'll meet resistance. Ask for respect, and cruelty will come knocking. Share your heart, and you'll be punished for your honesty. You're not building love. You're trapped in a battlefield where every tug of the rope burns your hands, and the rope itself is soaked in gasoline, ready to ignite. You might still believe you can manage it, that if you follow the rules, stay quiet, and smile at the right moments, peace will finally arrive. But let me break it to you gently. There's no peace in the world of the narcissist. There's only submission. You'll be expected to smile through pain, to bleed and call it devotion, to accept blame for sins you didn't commit, and to thank them for punishing you. You'll give until you're hollow, and when there's nothing left, they'll still demand more. Their approval dangles in front of you like a phantom carrot on an invisible string, close enough to crave, but impossible to catch. Their rules shift with every breath, and the moment you reach for fairness, you'll be punished with silence, scorn, or rage. So maybe it's time to face the truth. Stop hoping for rain in a desert that never held water. Stop begging for mercy from someone who was never capable of mercy in the first place. Or maybe, just maybe, it's time to take back what they tried to steal. Tell the narcissist to choke on their lies, to drown in their silence, to walk barefoot on the bed of consequences they thought they'd never face. Because nothing is wholly about staying shackled to their chaos. Nothing. Hugging a cactus would bring you more peace than another hour chained to their storm. So rise. Fight for your sanity. Fight for your spirit. Fight for your life. Because here's the truth they don't want you to realize. The narcissist was never the story. You are.